Okay, in this video we're going to look through a takedown series of work where we're chaining different takedown moves together. This one appears in the early stages, the beginner levels of the ProMy MMA syllabus, and it's designed to help students understand the combination of work and chaining of movements they can put together around single leg capture, single hip capture, double leg capture and double hip capture. So they're trying to chain those four takedown setups together. I'm not going to do the technicalities of each of these capture positions. We'll cover those individually in the other video pieces that we do. But just to remind you of these four that we'll be chaining through: single hip capture around the knee from here, single hip capture up, spin Charlie for a second, and capturing right behind the hip from here, just on one side, so single hip capture, double hip capture here, where I'll be mostly squared up to the front, catching in right behind the backside here to capture those hips in this way, and double leg capture, both hands straight in behind the knees. In this drill we're not trying to complete the takedowns or even in particular pick the legs up or drive the person into any particular takedown setup. It's just learning to chain those four capture positions together. That's where a lot of the effective damage can be done in takedowns, because if you can switch from one to another, it's very difficult for your opponent to counteract those fast enough and think quick enough to defend all of them. The beginning point that I recommend for this, just while you're getting used to it, although there certainly isn't a fixed way that you have to go through this, is with your double hip. So if you're starting in front with double hip position, all of this is going to be from a big level changed position, so you're going to be deep in the squat throughout all of this. It's pretty good conditioning drill for your legs as well. So double hip capture here, and then from here, for example, we can switch to single hip capture. So I'm putting the arm on the side where my head is facing, through the hips from here, capturing this single hip position, and then from there, for example, I might chain down onto single leg capture. So capturing down on the leg and in around this position from here. Again, I'm not going to go through different technical pieces on this, just understand that you're trying to chain these ones together. Now the double knee capture here is the only one that breaks the rules for a second, in that you don't hold it for any period of time, you just snatch on it really quickly. So from here or from any other position, just touch down on both knees, and that signifies your double leg capture. Of course, if we were doing a full takedown, I might chain from single leg capture into double leg capture. Just hold on for a second, Charlie, and then come into a takedown of any kind, but that's not the work we're doing from here. From double leg capture, I might switch back to single leg and then back to double hip. From this point here, I might choose to switch onto the other side. This is a good point to switch from when you're just getting used to the drill. I'm going to swing Charlie around here, so we can switch and I can keep looking. I'm going to switch my head side here. I'm staying on the double hip capture, and from here I might, for example, this time chain to single leg capture, and then I might chain to single hip capture, and then I might chain to double leg, single hip, single leg, double hip, change sides, single leg, double hip, single hip, single leg, double leg, single hip, and so it continues. So you're constantly in the level changed position, trying to stay very disciplined about your posture, so the head and the neck is nice and straight all the way through in a nice strong stance, and chain these different capture points one to another. When I'm coming through this, the head is the final thing that I'm going to ask you to pay particular attention to. You need to keep it in towards the stomach side for this drill for all of those positions until you decide to switch. So in other words, if my head's on this side, I'm going to do double leg, and then single leg on this side, single hip on this side, double hip on this side. Keep changing through those until I decide to switch my head side. I might switch it with anything. I might switch it with a double leg here, for example. But then once I've switched my head side, then I'm going to chain a few from that side, and from here, and continue. Now we're just going to do a quick burst of this, just so you get the idea. It's not a static drill, although I'm going to keep it fairly on the spot, just to save the movement while we're filming the piece. Normally it would be free movement all around the area that you've got. So myself and Charlie, we don't start upright. Starting here, double hip catcher for example, and Charlie's just going to light resist, and we're going to go through this. Single hip, single leg, single hip, might go back to single leg on the other side, double hip, single hip, changing those positions together as smoothly as I can without losing the discipline through the posture, through the head placement and through the stance. So that's takedown series at level 1, at the beginner level stages in the ProMy MMA syllabus, working on single hip capture, single leg capture, double hip capture, double leg capture.